What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. On today's video, we're going to do an air horn slash train horn on Walking Tall. I built this right here last year on the channel. This is a fun mod, very inexpensive, very cheap to accomplish. I've seen these on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and some people are selling these things for $300 and $400, which I think is just plain out ridiculous. But anyway, that's them, and if they can get it, more power to them, okay? I had an old DeWalt drill, and it was broke, right? So I ordered these like $30, $40 horns off of Amazon, and I put them on there, and I have had a blast with this little toy here, especially with some of my neighbors. A lot of my neighbors really like to cut fool and joke around, and I just fall right into that category. So yeah, we've scared a bunch of people with this right here. I used to carry this on my golf cart as well with me because people will just pull out in front of you. If you have a golf cart and you ride around town, you know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? So I used to carry this around with me, and I used to blow it at them. But I'm tired of carrying this around, you know what I mean? Because once somebody sees this, they want to stop and talk to you about it or whatever, or you know, if the cops see you, they kind of want to get a little bit of grief about it. So in today's video, I got some black ones that we're going to be putting on Walking Tall. I figured that's what we'd do in today's video. But listen, this right here is loud. The camera does not do it justice. I did a full video on this right here, and I'll place the video at the end of this video here where you can see how I built this. But these are fun. One thing I like about this right here that I don't like about most train horn kits is the compressor is built in right here. So the compressor is running as long as you hit the switch. So we don't ever have to worry about the tank being refilled up or anything like that. It's on demand, it's instant. So I really do like that about these horns versus having a real train horn system, especially on a tight and confined spot like on a golf cart. Well, with that being said, guys, we've got enough work to do. We need to quit talking and just get to it. Let's go. I bought this probably 6 months ago, and it's just been in the garage, and I've never got around to making a video of it. But you see the box is kind of ratty looking now. The instructions is very simple. It's just one, almost like a half sheet of paper cut in half front to back here. The only really thing it talks about in here is the horn needs to be hooked up to more than a 15 amp current. Okay, so if you're working with something very small, like a very small voltage reducer, you might get it to sound okay, but at the same time, it might not be the sound that it's meant to be with enough amperage. Okay, got your compressor. I like this one. It's black. The compressor only has 2 terminals on here, one positive, one negative. And your horns, and I like these. These are black, and then you can get them 3. You can get 4 trumpet horns. This is just a simple one here. It's already got the hose on here as well. Comes with a little bit of mounting hardware. It comes with a relay, and it comes with a fusible link as well. Now, since we already have a fusible link and we're going to hook this up to the mic tuning system, I'm not going to use this right here. But in here, if you don't have that and you're just hooking up to a battery, okay, you have a ground signal here, and it comes with a relay, but I've already robbed this relay out of this box here for another project. See, it comes with a 30 amp fuse on there. DC-DC converter on a golf cart, you'd give power to that. You'd run it over. One would go to ground, one would go to the horn, and one would go to the switch. That's pretty much how you install that. Creates bolt, and it's going to go directly down into the compressor here. It's got like a little piece of rubber down in here. So once you install this, it kind of holds it in place for you. See there? It's not going to fall out. So we're going to need to mount the compressor separate from the horns. Now on the horns here, they do give you enough hardware to actually mount this bracket to the horns and mount the horns somewhere on your application. All right, so you got it bolted there, right? Simple. And you're going to have 2 more bolts and 2 more nuts to mount this to your application. Then you have 1 more nut that will help mount the compressor as well. I really wanted to do it behind this Jake's plate here. The problem is the steering rod on this right here goes down, and it interferes with this trumpet here. I thought about mounting it here, but in this general location on the back side, the horn doesn't come in contact with the steering rod, and it's mounting straight down. In case any water does get inside of it, it's not going to stay, it's just going to drop right out. The tire shouldn't hit it either, so we should have plenty enough room to put it right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull it up here. I'm going to mark it with my magic marker and pre-drill those holes. Just when we're mounting the compressor, we don't want to kink this hose. There we go. This other one as well. See the hose down there? It's got a nice swoop. There's no kinks or anything. Nothing's hitting. I think it looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. Next thing we need to do is run this harness down the side of the frame and into the relay compartment. All right, guys, so I was installing the train horns in the previous clips. That was actually a couple of days ago. Something came up. I had to quit. The 8-gang mic tuning light controller board, it's going to power 86 and 85 of the relay. This is a coil. I'm going to send power from 30 through 87 for the train horn compressor, and then I'm going to run one more wire for my ground for the batteries. So the battery is going to be delivering the amperage for the train horn and the ground, and the mic tuning is only going to turn on and off the relay. This is going to be the safest and most effective way to install this right here. And I was thinking this right here, most of these LED light controllers, even though they say, some of them says 30 amps or 40 amps or whatever, this is going to be the best way to do it. If I was going to be putting this in a vehicle, I would always use a relay. So I should just go ahead and put a relay on the golf cart. That way the mic tuning is not delivering high amperage, it's actually just turning on the relay. So here is the main harness coming in from the train horns. Got it going down to this harness here that I've made. It's coming down. This is going to be my trigger wires right here, this red and blue. Then I have it coming down as well. And let's go into this relay here. The relay is going to go between the horns, the battery, and the trigger. So the battery is going to operate the horns, but the mic tuning is going to operate the relay. And I'm going to drill another hole, and I'm going to have it right here beside this relay that activates my 48 volt signal for the reverse portion of the golf cart, since we're using that as well. So I'm going to just pop another hole right here and place that relay on the other side of this panel here. And then we can start testing everything out and hook it up in here as well. But before we do that, we're going to have to take out this right here panel and make sure which one that we go to as far as the light is on here is concerned versus down here. Then we're going to need to take that one and we're going to need to make it momentary. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this switch right here the horn. And that's going to be right there beside my reverse right here. But as you see here, once you press it, it stays latched. So in order to make this momentary, we need to hold this down until it blinks one time red. There it goes. We can select this here and then hit the power button. That way, once we hit it now, it only works. It's only momentary. All right, guys, so this is pretty much, what, a month and a half later, Ryan? Anyways, I plan to catch you guys up on some other things I did with this right here build. I have on the phone, I just haven't edited it yet. Plan to catch you guys up on the mini trike, all that kind of stuff. Anyways, the horn is completely in. I didn't make an outro when I was making that video. So here's pretty much the horn. Now it is loud and I love the deep, low tone. I'm gonna link that horn there in the description below. It was like, what, 35, 40 bucks. Like I said, I'll list it down below. You can get chrome or you can get black. I just got black because it was underneath the golf cart and I really didn't want it to be seen. And I appreciate you watching today's video. Comment, like, share, subscribe. Do exactly what you guys wanna do. Until next time, we'll see y'all later.